an appointment with him to talk to him about it. It took about a minute for him to say, let's do it. So that's how the ball got rolling. We agreed that it was long overdue and we got to work. Brian Hanlon, who is here, and you'll hear from him, who's a great artist who's responsible for this piece that you'll see shortly. So we again met at the Ritz-Carlton and discussed it, and that's how and why we're here today. Now, unfortunately, as Mayor Bottoms indicated, we hit a few bumps in the road when it came to where the statue would actually be located. The process slowed down, and there were objections from several proposed locations. Many of those objections came from neighbors, citizens who didn't want the traffic and so forth, and the commotion that would be caused and brought about as a result of people wanting to come and take the picture in front of it and so forth. So a lot of time passed. But all of that is in the past now, and taking a few hits certainly wasn't going to stop us. We rolled with the punches and landed right here. I think it was back in February, early this year. It was a cold day, I remember. Steve Coonan called, Evander and I met here, looked at the site, we all agreed that this was the place for it, this was the location. So at long last, we're properly honoring one of our hometown's greatest athletes, the greatest of all time. So it is with great pride and admiration that I stand before you this afternoon to tell you how proud I am to have played a small role in this. So thank you again to each and every one of you for being with us today as we celebrate and honor, I think, the greatest athlete in the history of the state of Georgia, Evander Holyfield.
Now, you know, everybody has their own personal Evander Holyfield story. And I just want to share this one with you briefly, and it's the point of it is how I became a fan of Evander the man, aside from him being a boxing champion. So I moved to Atlanta in 1996, and I was coming through the airport with a buddy of mine, and lo and behold, there comes Evander through the airport. And I've been following his career, and I was a fan of him as a boxer. I actually saw him at the Olympics in Los Angeles back in '84 and sort of followed his career as he moved up in weight and continued to win, and had health issues and had found his spirituality. So I was a fan in that regard. My buddy was a fanatic, and he just insisted, like, I gotta meet the champ, I gotta meet the champ. And I'm like, dude, we're in the airport, he's got somewhere to go. Let's keep it moving. He's like, no, I gotta meet him. And so he runs over there, and I'm assuming, you know, with security, he's going to be pushed on and keep it going. But Vander stopped, he put his bag down, he hit a pose with him, took a picture, and chopped it up with him. It was real personal. It wasn't a photo op. And of course, what that led to was a line of people standing to get that same response, that same reaction. And for as long as we stood there, this just continued. And he just stood there with a smile and making everybody feel like they were unique and personal and someone that he actually wanted to connect with. And that's the point that I became a fan. And I said, you know, he really is the real deal, pun intended. And so I stand here before you today as chairman of the Atlanta Fulton County Recreation Authority, and me personally just delighted to be a part of this immortalizing Evander Holyfield in front of State Farm Arena. At the Rec Authority, whenever we do something, we put it up for a vote. And so when we were asked to be a part of this process back in, I believe, 2016, 2017, we immediately said yes. But then it came up again recently about where it would be located. And so I did what I'm supposed to do. I put it up for a vote. And there was silence. And I think my board members were just offended that I was even asking them to approve anything else on this. Chairman Pitts is on our board, and Kerry is back there. He's our executive director. All of these folks just had personal connection. It was, how dare you even ask for approval? The question was, why is this taking so long? Let's get this done. And so that day has finally come. And again, I'm proud and delighted to be here to give Atlanta what it wants, you know, what it deserves, a hero that we all can look up to, young and old. And for that, I say thank you. Thank you for being here.
Well, we asked a family member to share some words, some comments, and to introduce the champion himself. We're honored to have the accomplished and internationally recognized businessman and inspirational speaker, the author of Holyfield, The Humble Warrior, which sheds light on the life of Evander and the Atlanta village that nurtured and inspired one of the greatest heavyweights in the history of boxing. Please welcome to the microphone Evander's big brother, L. Bernard Holyfield.
It has been wisely said, it takes a village to raise a child. But I would add to that it also takes a village to nurture and raise a champion. And for Evander and I, one of the first institutions in this village of Atlanta, Georgia, was a place called home. It was at home that we learned the importance of discipline, structure, order, and respect for all people. It was at home that we learned the importance of good character, the pursuit of excellence, values, the code of ethics, being responsible, accountable for your words and actions. So that in 1968, when we joined that larger institution that specialized in building champions, the Warren Memorial Boys Club, it was just an extension of the values and the principles that we learned at home. Mr. Jack Robach, who was the director, and Coach Morgan and Coach Pendleton, and Mr. Buddy and Mrs. Davis, and a whole village of people who worked with us and nurtured this idea of building champions, not only in the ring, but champions outside the ring, champions in life. There's a lot of truth to the idea that indeed it takes a village, an entire village, to nurture and to build and to raise a champion. Therefore, we thought our mother, Mrs. Anna Holyfield, was the most strictest and the meanest woman in the world, because she insisted that Evander and I attend that champion building institution called the church. And at the Church of the Heart in New St. John Missionary Baptist Church, I could hear Elder Gaston and Reverend Henderson saying to us over and over again, Evander Bernard, only what you do to benefit others will last for eternity. And everything you do just to benefit yourself will die and rot with you when they put you down in the grave. Only the work that you do to benefit your community and to benefit that larger village, the village of Atlanta. Everything else that you do for your ego, all that you can put in the bank, all that you can put over your head, all that you can drive, all of that will rot in the grave with you when you die. Let it be said, I want my brother Evander to know that the scholarships that you've given to young people throughout the city of Atlanta will last forever. All of the inspirational speeches and all of the exhibition and all of the nonprofit organizations that you worked with certainly will last longer than the statues. They'll be living monuments, because all of these young people will go on and touch lives and build other champions. So indeed, there's a lot of truth to this idea that it takes a village, an entire village, to nurture and to raise a champion. And so in 1977, when we attended that champion building institution called Fulton High School, that institution of higher learning, it was Coach Shepard and Mrs. McLemore who taught us about the idea that good character and excellence is a winning combination. They taught us that good character and excellence enhances all skills. Good character and excellence makes you a better quarterback. Good character and excellence makes you a better point guard, a better shortstop, a better boxer, a better champion. Good character enhances all of your athletic skills. But not only your athletic skill, good character enhances your parental skills. Good character enhances your leadership skill. Good character enhances your marriage skill. Good character is important. If Coach Shepard was here today, I would say, Coach Shepard, you're right. I've lived long enough to see that good character makes a difference. I can still hear Mrs. McLemore in the assembly, almost as if it was yesterday. And she was saying to the entire student body at Fulton High, good character and excellence is a winning combination. And she was saying it is the key to success. Young people always strive for excellence, but in your pursuit of excellence, undergird it with good character. Why, Mrs. McLemore? Why is that? Because excellence and good character will open doors that no human hands can shut. Excellence and good character will lift you to majestic heights that no humans can reach up and pull you down. And then she warned us. She said, I want to warn you on this one. You can be the most talented person in the world. If you lack good character, there'll be certain doors that you can't walk through. And if somehow a person managed to, by hook and crook, to manipulate and cheat their way to the top, and they managed to ascend to the highest office here in the land of opportunity, she said there will be an invisible hand that will reach up and grab that person, pull them down by the collar, back to the dungeon of low character. Good character and excellence is a winning combination. And so today I want to say to the city of Atlanta, to the village here in Atlanta, the city of champions, I want to thank you on behalf of myself and my baby brother, my entire family, for all of you all who have contributed to the nurturing, to the building, to the sculpting, and the raising of a champion. And without further ado, I present to you, Atlanta, the city of champion, our own native son, our own native champion, the real deal, Evander Holyfield.
I like to just, first of all, give praise to the Lord. Thank the Lord for they say every good thing comes from God. And I stand here because I feel that my mama, and everybody say, why do you talk about your mama all the time? I go, that's all I had. And my mother, that first commandment with the father to honor your parents. And like that, I never talked back to my mom. I did what she said. And I got a lot of whoopings. I didn't like pain. But if you don't like pain, then you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it. So I got a lot of whoopings, and I became the person who I am because it was a boys' club. I came to the boys' club at the age of 6 years old, and the boys' club gave me my opportunity to be who I am. So that's the reason why I talk about the boys' club. Now with the boys' club, they had a boxing program. Now I didn't really like boxing, but since I won that trophy, and I found that when I brought that trophy home, my mama liked trophies. So I was always trying to compete with everybody else in the family, but they did other things, and they got more attention. But I found out when I brought that trophy home, and I started, when everybody come in the house and they look at the trophy, they said, Miss Holyfield, who is the boxer? And she'll smile and said, that little one right there. They said, but he lived. But my mama said, he can bite though. So I realized that my mama loved boxing. So I realized that I want to bring a lot of trophies in because that's the only way I can get a lot of attention. And so this is what I've done, and the process of being there now, it's like this man named Carter Morgan. Mr. Morgan, he's the first person that told me that, he said, you could be like Muhammad Ali. I said, but I'm only 8 years old. He said, you won't always be 8. And he said, do you want to be the champion? And I looked at him, I said, I got to ask my mama. And he asked me, he said, no. I want to know if you got to know. I said, but if I don't ask my mama, I can't even try. And so that's when Mr. Morgan told me, he said, you got a good mother. And like this, and so, I went home and I asked my mom, she said, yeah, it's 3 things you got to do. Listen, follow direction, don't quit. So you do these 3 things, you'll get there. And I'm honored to be here today and say, I thank all the people that was in my life that gave me this opportunity. I never would have been nowhere if it wasn't for the boys' club. And it's amazing then when you turn 15, I didn't want to go to boys' club no more. Because everybody told me he's still going to boys club. Because now my mama made me go. I had to stay there now. If it wasn't for my mama, I wouldn't be in the position that I am. And so this is the reason why I talk about my mom all the time, and everybody said, but then you have it then? Well, yeah, I did. I said, but everything came from my mama. And that because everything came from my mama, and I had an opportunity to see it, take it effect, I found out that I became the very best because of my mama. Because the first commandment with the promise, honor your parents. And I did that, and whatever I slipped in, I had to make adjustments. And with the adjustment, I'm here today, and I'm honored. And I just like to thank some people like Buddy Davis. Buddy Davis, they programmed, if it wasn't for a program like that, then I don't know where I would have been. But since we had the Georgia Amateur program, and it took care of the fighters and all that, and here I am. I guess the biggest thing is the fact is that, I look back and I think about it's the kids, it's the kids. It's what do people tell kids? Now I was real poor. Now I understand what real poor is. I was real poor. And because my mama told me to zip it up, not to talk back and all this, Mr. Morgan and these people, they put their own money in for me to become something. And I actually thought boxing was for free. But I didn't know Mr. Morgan don't pay for it. So I stand here today and said, I'm always thankful for the Georgia boxing program. Because if it wasn't for this program, I wouldn't be the person who I am. And so people said, after all the people, you're the humble person. I said, because I know what it is. I said, I know what it is when you don't have money and somebody else pay their money for you. I'm going places and I realized that my mama didn't have the money, but Mr. Morgan and the Georgia program set up a way for me to get an opportunity. And of course, my mother had already told me, said, boy, when you get these opportunities, boy, you can't act like everybody else. You got to do the right thing. Don't worry about it. They're going to do the right thing. I'm the person who did the right thing, and I'm here. So I know that is hope. And so I'm honored and I'm happy, and I thank the arena and thank the mayor for giving me this opportunity for the people to see that if you don't quit, you'll get there. I'm the person who just didn't quit. And I'm honored, and I thank you for all coming and see me receive this award. And because that's the only thing I didn't do. Now, mistakes, I made a lot of them, but I didn't quit. So the fact of the matter, we still got to tell the young people, hey, who don't make mistakes, but if you don't quit, you can get there. Thank you very much.
Let's go, Let's see it.
Well, Evander, we've heard some beautiful words today. It's no secret that you are loved, admired, and appreciated. And now we will have a monument that will live on as a testament to your accomplishments, your influence, your inspiration throughout the sport of boxing, and indeed around the world. If you grant me this opportunity, Evander, I'd like you to stand by the statue. I would like to introduce this statue as I might introduce you in the ring as I have for so many years. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for, live from the State Farm Arena, it's showtime! Presenting first, ladies and gentlemen, the statue replicating one of boxing's all-time greats, a bronze statue standing at 10 feet tall, weighing in at 1 ton, 232 pounds, and representing boxing's favorite son from Atlanta, Georgia. With a record of 29 knockouts in his remarkable 57-bout professional career, ladies and gentlemen, here is the 1984 U.S. Olympian, the former undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world, the former undisputed heavyweight world champion, the International Boxing Hall of Famer and boxing's only 5-time heavyweight champion of the world, introducing the one and only Evander, the real deal Holyfield.
Thank you, brother.
Lift this up.
What a fantastic
There you go,
tribute. This
champ.
is a photo opportunity with Evander, and the statue once again standing 10 feet tall. And at this point, joining Evander with this photo opportunity, we have Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms and Fulton County Commissioner Rob Pitts. Congratulations, Evander. What a beautiful tribute. Thank you to everyone being here today as we conclude our program. We thank our speakers, family, friends, and fans for joining us. We request that the guests wait. Before approaching the stage, we have some more photo opportunities with the program participants. Once again, thank you very much. Have a wonderful afternoon, and we hope to see you tomorrow night in the fights right here at the State Farm Arena.
I'm still standing. No?
The way they said it, it said all things I can see.
It said participants. Wait. ¿Cuánto te costó esta? ¿Te lo quito, güey?
How are you? How are you? Okay. On the other page.
Shit. Let's go more over there, bro, in the shade.
Oh yeah, I've been
I actually helped Twink get started with his magazine back in Harper Literature.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Now I'm just trying to get they want me to
in shape? Yeah, you want to get in the shade more? We're gonna melt out here.
Huh?
We're gonna melt out here.
Exactly.
So Leonard, just from your point of view, how special is having statue of Evander Holyfield a night, obviously before Tank Davis?
Man, Evander Holyfield has always been one of my all-time favorite fighters. Got a chance to meet him when I was a youngster, and it's always been. We took a lot of pictures together when I was a youngster, and again, he's always been one of my favorite fighters. And it's just incredible to be able to. I'm so happy for him to be able to be honored in his hometown. He's done so much for this incredible city. Being a great champion and giving back to the community over the years. Again, it's just an honor to be able to witness something like this.
Yeah, definitely much deserved. How special is it for the city of Atlanta to have Evander Holyfield as a hometown hero?
Again, it's a wonderful thing. He's been a tremendous role model for many years, and there's been so many kids who looked up to him and who wanted to become a boxer, because he was a great role model, and he proved that through his hard work. He's overcome so many things. He was one of the smaller heavyweights because he came from the cruiserweight division, and he had such a tremendous impact on the heavyweight division. And he again, that's why he's a Hall of Famer and all-time great. Again, just a great guy and a great fighter.
Yeah, what message do you think this delivers to the youth of Atlanta? He came, the guy like you mentioned, a small guy came up from the bottom, literally, to the way he is now. What message do you think the youth should take from this?
Again, he's a positive example of that you can accomplish anything, through hard work, and he's definitely, done that. He's been in some of the biggest fights, in the history of the sport.
What's your favorite Evander Holyfield fight?
Mike Tyson. Oh yeah, by far, especially the first one. He was. We were talking about this morning. He was like a 22-1 underdog.
26.
26. Mm-hmm. We won a lot of money. I'm telling you, lot of money.
What do you make of the possible exhibition between the two of them? I mean, right now it's obviously just talk, but
it would be huge. It would be huge. I mean, look what Mike did with Roy. I mean, it would be huge. Because still, they're two legends in the sport, two all-time greats. I mean, again, two of the most recognizable names ever. And again, they have a lot of great history in their two epic bouts. So again, I would definitely be all for it. I support it, and I'm sure that many fans around the world would also.
And just a quick question about Oscar De La Hoya's exhibition fight. What do you make of him coming back and fighting the MMA fighter, right?
Yeah, Victor.
And obviously, all these guys are coming out of the woodwork. Obviously, they saw Floyd do it, and but Floyd's a little different. But hey, that's what he's doing. The only thing that I would dispel was the comment that he did make about taking two fights and then calling Mayweather out.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
He can call all he wants to. That's not happening. Never. It would never happen.
What do you think at this point he wants that rematch with Floyd Mayweather? Obviously,
You said why?
Why do you think he wants that rematch? Obviously, there's so much time before. Why didn't he get it from the get-go? Let's say after that split decision victory for Floyd.
Well, he's
Thank you.
obviously, I think he used Floyd's name to generate some buzz. He had a very good career, and that's kind of really all I can say that's probably positive. He knows that him and Floyd have zero connection to anything, and he knows that him and Floyd would never, ever do anything together. The only thing they will do together is we have a fighter, that will be fighting one of their fighters, you know, as promoters.
Leonard, what'd you think about his recent comments about kind of giving Floyd props as far as when he talked about Canelo being kind of like Mayorga, and that Floyd said, you know, strength doesn't win fights. You know, like you have to be like Floyd, a smart fighter like Floyd, like myself.
In the media, that's all that is. Trust me. He can't stand for it. You know, and that's totally fine by all of us. You know, he's just working in the media. I mean, because you know, that's an idiotic statement about comparing Canelo to Mayorga. I
He even went ahead of even calling out Canelo if Floyd doesn't want to take that challenge. I'm saying,
Who said that?
Oscar
said that.
He called out Canelo. If Floyd doesn't want to give him the rematch, obviously either exhibition or professional fight.
Floyd's 44 years old.
No, he said De La Hoya against Canelo.
Oh, that's what Oscar said?
Yeah, that's what Oscar said. If Floyd doesn't want to...
He's just looking to get some attention from you guys. That's all he's doing. That's all it is. I mean, he's not taking boxing seriously because he has other issues outside of, you know, he's just not.
From a promoter's perspective, what do you make of him sort of making those comments about Canelo now that they're not together anymore?
Wow, that's not a good look, because you build history with a fighter who's been under your umbrella, you know, and if a fighter chooses to go in another different direction to take control of their career, that's their business. I mean, you gotta applaud the guy. If he chooses to move in a different direction, that's his own opinion. You can't trash him, you know, and we don't get out like that. Till this day, anybody who we worked with in the past, we have solid relationships with. We haven't parted on no bad terms, because when you're working with someone, you know, over a period of time, you build a relationship, and it's a business relationship, and sometimes it's a personal relationship, but you never do business with people and then go trash them just because they want to move in another direction. That's whack, completely whack.
Mayor Bottoms is available for comment inside as well. Just letting you guys know. But thank you, and if you want to keep speaking with Leonard, he's here. So thank
Leonard,
you.
just if you could just recap on Tank Davis obviously being back in ATL, you know, possibly selling out the State Farm Arena. How special is this kid at only 22 years old? You know, aiming to become a beat.
You ready? No problem.
We're okay.
Hey, what a dude that man making that now?
Young fighters, older fighters.
Keep me posted.
Thank you.
This man, you know, he was white. He did all these things. He paid for all these things. Told my mama, just sit in here, we'll take care of it. And you know, I had a great amateur career. That people will tell you. The man used to brag about it. Man, tell some people and he told the people that. And then when I became the heavyweight champion of the world, they said, that man Carter Marcus said you were going to do that. Well, yeah. How did he know that? He said I had a good mother.
Evander, any plans to do an exhibition match? I know there was talks that you were supposed to do this month. Any plans for the rest of the year?
We have a lot of people call it for me to get it there. You know, I'm like, you know, let's take money. You take money, you know, I'm not going to get in unless let's bring them out of money.
How do you feel about Gervonta Davis? He's so willing to do this fight, and even he said his manager was against it because of the size difference.
Well, you know, he's young enough and he's skillful enough. He have a lot of talent. That's how I'm telling you, other than talent, you have to have the heart, you have to want to do it. And you know, I'm telling you, and he's got one of them guys that works real hard, and he got a lot of good people behind him as well.
Thank you.
Along the heavyweights right now, we see Tyson Fury versus Wilder coming up in July. Any thoughts on that fight coming up?
Well, I mean, you know, that's where it is when you have the very best fight, the very best. And you know, and things do come up, and there's a lot of things because I don't even want to mention that things do happen. Things do happen. People do certain things too. I'm telling you, so you can't count it out as if somebody said, well, this happened. You know, when they even with not Tyson Fury, but the other guy, what's his name?
Wilder?
Wilder. You know, I never seen him fight like that ever in my entire whole life. How could you got to know something got to happen. How many people forget all their skills? And what also forget everything. And so it's something had to happen. I'm a fighter. And I know, and I fight, and I can pick back up and do anything. I can go back into this thing. And all of a sudden, then I remember one day, I got in the ring, I was like, whoa, wait a minute, something's wrong. So, but something always wrong when I get ready to get in the ring. But as soon as I strike out and start hitting people, everything come back.
Right.
But in this fight, my heartbeat wouldn't even get high. I was like, say, I'm too calm. What in the world wrong? I found out that, you know what? You have to watch your water. You got to watch your water that you drink. You got to have the right people around you all the time to make sure that everything is right.
Yep.
Yeah.
The sculptor is available to speak to media as well. He's standing right there.
Holyfield champ, first of all, congratulations on the statue. Talk about, what it's like just to have you here, State Farm Arena, and talk about the Hawks a little bit and what you see from them, what you like from them so far.
Well, the thing is, I'm a Georgia fan. Anything out of Georgia, I want to be the very best. Even when the Falcons back in the day, I was there. I worked at the stadium. I worked at the stadium that's the only way I'm gonna get in because I ain't have no money to get in, so I had to work. So I've always been a Georgia fan and like this Atlanta fan. Anything out of Atlanta, I wanted to win. And so I was the first world champion. I'm the one. My whole thing. I did this. I wanted them to do it, but when the opportunity came for me to do it, I became the first world champion. Then the Braves. But I was the first. I'm the first world champion. There you go. So the whole thing is that it's the same thing. I'm telling you, it's just like your kid. You want your kids to be better than you. You don't want them to be like you. You don't want them to make the mistake. See, this is the reason I became the person who I am. My mama wanted me to be better than her. She said, no, I have to have it. She don't have it. She said, if you don't get it, you ain't got to worry about putting it down. So I became the person who I am. So you know what? I look forward to my kids being better than me because I tell them the things that I got away with that eventually got me. They're going to get you eventually. Right. Now you have to stop it. You have to, I'm telling you, everybody, I remember trying to get my mama to get me there. I didn't even go to prom. I'm saying, I thought 16 years old, you go to prom. And I remember my mom said, no, you're going to Canada to fight. Right. I said, but Mama, I want to go to prom. My mama said, ain't nothing that you got to do to go to prom. No more than a girl asking you to go to prom. Son, you work this hard to me, Deb, you gonna turn your back and not go bother. My mama made me go. And I got the picture today and I show my kids. They said, Daddy, you don't look happy. I said, yeah, but I'm happy now. I said, but I thought, what? My mama told me when you got the game plan, you stick to the game plan. You can't let one of your friends talk you into you're gonna miss the prom. My mom said, everybody go to prom.
Last question. We're gonna take him real quick and then we'll bring him back for a quick. I'm gonna take you for this slide. Perfect.
That's awesome. Oh, I asked about the statue. Sometimes they don't leave nothing like that.
Where's he going? Yeah, I'm chilling here. I'll wait for him.
out the door, but you can those doors, the restroom is on that side. So you have to go out and go to the out. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You more Hawks fan than Sixers fan. Yeah.
So you grew up in Philly? Oh, okay.
So how do you get to LA time? You just grew up watching the Lakers?
It's two ways. I grew up watching the Lakers when I was older. I was 16. But then my mom was a babysitter coach. I was a babysitter.
Oh yeah, because you're from Philly.
When his dad played, like actually like ABL and like Sunny Hill.
Yeah.
My mom babysit him, so I kind of been like, since I was a young
ties,
child,
yeah.
So I was already a fan, and then he went and got drafted. That's what took it to
Exactly. So how you been, man? Everything been good?
Man, pretty good. I see y'all rocking and rolling.
Trying to.
Everything good.
Yes, sir.
That's a blessing.
Yeah. You've been killing. You've been pumping it out too, man, as usual.
Right, you been pumping it out. I mean, right. Are y'all covering the joint tomorrow?
Nah. You talking about the fight? Nah. I gotta work the game tomorrow. Well, no. It's gonna be at 8. Could be different. But yeah, I think.
Yeah, it's the same teams every week.
This is a sports event.
You wanna go out there?
Yeah. We better go to the other side in a minute. We better go to the other side in a minute.
Oh.
Okay. So I go out there first? Yeah, yes. Okay.
Thank you.
This is so, because in my mind, the way it works, I'm already thinking we should be because this series he's a fantastic story. There should be a sculpture. I hurl sport, I hurl over 100 world-class races won the world. When Warren physics scholarship, and they had no track record in college. He had little high school. And he was world class. It's kind of a cool story, you know. So anyway, sorry we talked about somebody else today. Herschel Walker should have been done 10 years ago, but I'd be honored to sculpt him. He is debatably top 3 ranked full-time college football player. He just makes amazing. Okay, and probably a gymnast.
You want to bounce?
What time is it?
Do you want to go?
Oh shit, probably not.
It's 12:40 right now.
Yeah, I got a little Evander already, so that's cool. I don't know if you guys wanted Evander or anything.
We didn't, but I think they're gonna do a live hit on TV, so it's gonna take a while.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, fuck it, let's bounce.
It's hot as hell out there too.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I don't know, people. Sorry.
CVS is like 5 minutes from here.
Thank you. I don't know, peeps.
Where's the weigh-in?
Tabernacle.
Huh?
That's like walking distance from here, right? Or
I got the address.
Somewhere down. Oh, the Tabernacle.
like how to get to it? Yeah.
I know it is in this area.
It's around
I
here.
found it. Yeah, it's a 5 minute. It's a 11-minute walk.
152.
152 like
Street.
Yeah, 0.4 mile. 6 minutes drive.
6 minute drive?
CVS is a 5-minute walk.
11-minute walk. Oh, yeah, so is it on that way?
It's not. I need to get there. Hey, I don't like to see you live right now.
Oh, my bad. Oh, hot mic, hot mic. All right, well, all right, my peeps, I'm gonna let you go right now. I'm gonna be back for the tank weigh-in. I'll be back for the tank weigh-in and should be about an hour or so. So stay tuned. Well, not to hear, but stay tuned to the channel. See you guys.